Good afternoon. I'm Westchester County Executive Ken Jenkins, and I'm here with Westchester County Clerk Tim Idoni and Mayor Tom Roach, but our County Clerk-Elect, Tom Roach, to call on our U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, to reverse its decision to cancel the November 12th naturalization ceremony in Westchester County and to hold all future ceremonies traditionally held here in the county. Earlier this week, our Westchester County Clerk, Tim Idoni, under his leadership, formally wrote to USCIS to express deep concern about the abrupt cancellation and the newly announced discontinuation of naturalization ceremonies here in Westchester. The letter emphasized this significant impact that this decision will have on our county residents, and that letter went to several people, including myself, Congressman Mike Lawler and Congressman George Latimer, among others, both of our U.S. senators as well. We have heard directly from both Congressman Mike Lawler and Congressman George Latimer that they are working very hard to try to reverse this scenario, but for right now, we're still in the same position. For years, the naturalization ceremonies have been here in Westchester County, and it's an essential service for our residents. We're home to a diverse and growing population of our immigrant community, and these ceremonies provide a local, accessible, and dignified path for those new Americans. Discontinuing them creates a real barrier for families already balancing work, childcare, and other responsibilities, and we're urging USCIS to reconsider and work with us, work with our county clerk, to restore these critical opportunities. This is more than a formality. It's a celebration of who we are as a community, as our residents rely on having these ceremonies close to home to bring everyone together. Eliminating Westchester as a host site will place an undue burden on hundreds of families each year. And let's all be clear again, the county clerk in Westchester County continues to stand ready to work with USCIS in any way necessary to continue to maintain these ceremonies right here in Westchester County. We are committed to fully supporting our federal partners, offering staffing, logistical assistance, and all those facilities to ensure those ceremonies can continue seamlessly. It's the right thing to do for all of our residents. With that, let me turn over first to our county clerk, Westchester County Clerk, Tim Idoni. Tim.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for being here, and those of you watching at home. Ken has really summed it up beautifully. This is a ceremony that, believe it or not, has been going on not for years, but for centuries in Westchester County. We have records in my own office going back to about 1957. The rest of them are probably at the county archives of people who have been sworn in. I'll leave it to Mayor Roach to talk about the economic impact of these ceremonies on a monthly basis right here in White Plains as people come to White Plains to have it done. All those, by the way, they'll still be naturalized, but it'll be a much slower process, and they'll have to go down to 26 Federal Plaza in Manhattan. And from news reports, I'm sure you've all seen it, what is happening at 26 Federal Plaza on a number of immigration issues, and a little bit scary is what I'm saying to you. It's much, much safer here in White Plains because we are sensitive and we handle things well from that standpoint. There are 5 other counties that have been identified. I won't go through them all. All of them seem to have D's after their names when it comes to elected officials, so I suspect there's something else going there, not to get too controversial. But the fact of the matter is it's Rockland and Westchester in this particular region and 4 others upstate. The rest have not received this notification. Once again, indicating something else is a little bit fishy, to say the least. That's it. Ken has gave you the perfect analysis here. I will then turn it back over to him, right? Or to Tom, right to Tom. Mayor Tom Roach, County Clerk-Elect.
Thank you, County Clerk Idoni, and I appreciate what my colleagues have just stated. To me, this should be something everyone can get behind. These are people that played by the rules, followed all the rules, basically had to live a perfect life while here. You can't have any kind of bad check mark on your record. Went through the process, and now it's going to be treated like the Department of Motor Vehicles getting your license or something. By doing it here, it offers people an opportunity to be accompanied by their family, to avoid the stress of going into this city, and to kind of savor this important moment in their lives. I was born here. I didn't do anything to become a U.S. citizen. I just, I was born here. The people that go through this process to take up, move out of where they're from to make a better life, go through all of this, deserve to be celebrated when they reach the goal line. And this is a great opportunity for that. And I'll just throw in that this is also a great opportunity for the public to see, and I think they like to see it, levels of government working together to serve their communities. These are our constituents. We're making it easier for them to do something that we as a nation encourage, that we as a nation have built ourselves upon, which is immigration and new citizens. So I appreciate everything that's been done, and I hope that when I get there, this is no longer an issue.
With this, we have so many colleagues that are with us here that are just not standing on stage, and we're going to ask two of them to come up. First, State Senator Shelley Mayer, and on behalf of the County Board of Legislators who are here in a legal meeting, that because they're working through the budget process right now, we'll ask our Majority Leader, David Imamura, both to come up and share their thoughts. First, State Senator Shelley Mayer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. County Executive. One of the most exciting and wonderful things is to represent the Village of Portchester and to go to the English language course offered at the Carver Center. And some of my colleagues have done that. And once people come back and they've been through this fantastic naturalization ceremony, they are so proud to be Americans. And the last time I was there, they were singled out with their American flags, so much joy with their kids, frequently their spouse, sometimes very young children. It was the most patriotic and beautiful ceremony of the joy people get when they go through this process. And then at the end of the day, they actually become American citizens right here in White Plains. It's a joyous occasion. They feel so proudly American. And I urge USCIS to think about them. And you know what? For all the people in our communities, regardless of their politics, they take great pleasure in seeing this open display of patriotism and joy at being an American. And so I'm very hopeful that they reverse this decision, which to me smacks of some mean-spiritedness that we really don't want to see collectively. All of us, of any political persuasion, want to see this public display of the joy of becoming an American citizen, of going through the process, learning English, taking the test, being really, as was said, a perfect citizen, and then they celebrate. So let's bring it back. Let's enjoy that moment of joyfulness and the pride of true patriotism of becoming an American citizen. Let's have it back in White Plains. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive. Thank you, Mr. County Clerk. Thank you, Mr. County Clerk-Elect. It's a real pleasure to join you as we advocate for USCIS to re-adopt this program. When I was an intern, a long time ago, I interned in the Southern District of New York, and I actually attended this program at Federal Plaza. And if you have never been to one of these programs, you should. Because people bring their kids, people bring their families, people are in tears because they are so happy to be joining the American family. And I remember being there and thinking there was no one more American than the people in that room who had just become Americans. Right? We are a nation of immigrants. Let us not make it more difficult for immigrants to become part of our nation. So I am thrilled to join with my colleagues from the Board of Legislators to advocate for the readoption of this program, because we should not make it more difficult for people to join the American family. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. And I'm going to take the privilege, because we have many of our colleagues from the County Board of Legislators: Judah Holstein, Shanae Williams, Nancy Barr, Erica Lang Pierce, and Emiliana Ulai, and Legislator-elect Anat Nambiar that are here. But I'm going to take some privilege because I'm allowed to do this, and I'm going to ask someone who actually went through this process, that is a citizen, to come up and say a few words, and that's our Legislator Emiliana Ulai, who will come on up here.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting to be called, but I have a lot of emotions and thoughts around this as well. Yes, as our County Executive Ken Jenkins noted, I am a naturalized citizen. I came to this country when I was 10 years old. My family and I were granted asylum, and within a few years we became eligible to apply for citizenship. Unfortunately, the process at that time was really slowed down due to the effects that the politics around 9/11 had on immigration proceedings. So it took us quite a long time to be citizens. But I am blessed to say that I was an immigrant who did go through the ceremony right here in White Plains, and I can tell you how meaningful it was to be granted citizenship right in the community where I grew up. And I hope for other immigrants in Westchester to have that same opportunity that I did. And so I urge USCIS to reverse their decision and to reopen this opportunity here in Westchester. Thank you.
Thank you always, Emiliana Ulay, for sharing and letting us know again and continuing to say we are a nation of immigrants. And this particular process, as the county clerk and everyone, all of our colleagues that are here have pointed out, is so impactful. And there was no reason or rationale to move it. So there's always that question about the cruelty and some other things that are going on in the words that we're using, unprecedented, cruel, etc. But Westchester stands ready to work with our federal partners. And I have to say, again, both our congressional representatives, Congressman Mike Lawler and Congressman George Latimer, who are both on both sides of the aisle, two different sides of the aisle, have been working on this, and they have been communicating with us. We're hopeful that someone made a mistake and they're going to reverse this quickly. But again, we are all standing ready to do this. Again, it's just the right thing to do. Thank you so much for watching. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. Have a great day.